Hello. Good afternoon. Actually, it's evening here at 6 o'clock. I wasn't on yesterday because, as you would have seen, we went up to the grounds of Alexandria, which I'd been wanting to go to for a while. So we had a chance to do that yesterday, which was really lovely. So I am a day after than the normal time, but that's okay. I have been playing in my craft room. I've been making some last minute Christmas cards, and I wanted to share some quick tips and ideas with you today. How to use your designer series paper, maybe to make those extra Christmas cards that you might need at this time of year. On your list, you may have forgotten some people, you may have forgotten to add some people originally, and or you may just have a whole heap still to send. So I am going to share that with you. I'm also going to share with you a brand new product that will be available next month for people who join Stampin' Up! During our celebration. And it is a fabulous product that I think you will all want in your craft room. And I know I've been using it, and it's brilliant. It's great to have in my workspace. So you're probably wondering what it is. So I'm going to turn my phone around just so that you can see what it is I'm talking about. And then I will show you the cards that I have in mind as well. Alrighty, so here is a brand new product, as I said. It's a glass mat. Let me just adjust my arm here. There we go. So you can probably see it is, in fact, a bit like our grid paper, except it is actually made of tempered glass. It is, in fact, 17 inches by 14 and a half that way. So 14 and a half diameter, 17 by 14 inches in diameter. There you go. I'll get that right. It's 5 millimeters thick, so let me just tilt it up and show you the thickness. It is quite thick, and it's tempered glass, so it is very strong. And on the underside, there are little feet which are non-slip, so they're raised, and it actually came with these extra corner pieces, which I'm going to keep on just to protect it. And I actually think it provides a nice little frame. So if I need to take them off, I can to clean my glass mat. But I'm planning to keep them on for most of the time, I think. We'll see how we go. So it's been great so far. It is actually scratch and heat resistant as well. So you can do your embossing on there. You can get messy, really messy with ink and the embossing paste. It is meant to be a work surface that wipes clean very easily. Now, the things that come with it doesn't just come by itself. It comes with a silicone mat, which is also non-slip and multi-purpose. It's waterproof and heat resistant as well, and it features 4 palette squares, so that's for mixing custom colours, inks, embossing paste, etc. Because it's silicone, it actually just comes straight off. It's got a non-slip area here, so if you're wanting to put any of your projects or watercolour paper or something like that on that side, you can. Hi Katrina, good to see you. And it can sit anywhere on the mat, but it's non-slip. So once you've got it on there, it's not going to move around and splash things around. So it's great. It'll be great for mixing your colours. So I'm really excited about that. It also comes with a cleaning cloth. Now this is a large cleaning cloth. It's about 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And it reminds me a little bit of our chamois, but it is a little bit softer and a little bit thinner, and it already feels actually a little bit moist. So I'm guessing it's going to polish that glass really, really well, so that you'll be able to clean up anything that you've got on the glass quite easily, and you can store it. There's a little bag to store it as well. So if you've been thinking about joining Stampin' Up! And you think maybe the new year might be a good time, that is definitely what I'd be recommending to you. You'll get your choice actually of this glass mat studio is what it's called. It's valued at $106, all of this, and I think it's something that you'll find indispensable in your workspace. There is also another choice during celebration of an additional $51 of product. So I don't know, it's really up to you. When you're joining, you can have a little chat with me and we can work out the best option for you. So I just thought I'd show you that. I can't show you the celebration catalogue yet, but I know a lot of you are on my VIP mailing list, so you can look out for those in the mail. So I told you that I was wanting to make some extra Christmas cards because I had run out and I still needed, about 40 or 50 of them. So today I came up with a really quick and easy design, which I wanted to share with you. And it uses designer series paper. So whatever designer series paper you have on hand, it doesn't have to necessarily be Christmas themed. So if you have run out of Christmas designer series paper, never fear. So this is a really cool little trick that I have enjoyed creating things with. And it involves, this is obviously a 6x6 piece of designer series paper, and all I'm going to do is cut it off at about the 4-inch mark, which is there. And this bit you can also use on some cards, so keep that. Don't throw that out, obviously. Who throws out designer series paper? I certainly don't. So you just want it 6 inches by 4 inches. And then what you're going to do is put the top corner, the top right-hand corner, in the track of your trimmer, your paper trimmer. And I'm just angling it so that the other corner is right on that 2 centimetre line. So you can angle it so that it is in the right spot for you. So there's my 2 centimetre line. And I'm just going to go, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's not slipping around. So you're going to just cut a little slice off just like that. Okay, keep that as well because I'm going to show you a card that I've used all of my little odd shaped triangles. Now you're going to take that angle and take that line there. It's at an angle, obviously. That's the straight edge. You're going to take the angled edge and take it straight up to 2.5 centimeters. Sorry, not 2.5 centimeters. Yeah, 2.5 inches. Sorry, I'm actually switching between inches and centimeters. That's confusing. So 2 centimeters is where I cut it. I'm taking it to 2.5 inches now because this paper is obviously in inches as well. Okay, and there is a piece that we're going to use. You can actually cut the other one too. You should get 2 out of 1 6x6. So I'm just going to make sure that that's straight, and I'm going to take that straight down. And there's another odd triangle that you'll end up with, but that is enough for 2 cards of the pattern that I'm just about to show you. So sit tight and I'll show you how to put this together. So I've pre-cut a piece of 9.5 centimeters this time by 14 centimeters. This is a piece of basic white cardstock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my glue. Let's see, hopefully this one has enough glue in it. I've been making so many cards that my glue is also running out. I'm going to go and need to get a new one from my store. So you'll see how nicely this fits on. Now don't worry if it overlaps the edge. We wanted to make it so that there was definitely plenty of designer series paper to go all the way across at an angle. So you do need to cut this a little bit wider than your cardstock underneath, so that when you put it across, it's going to definitely reach. So we can trim that off later. I'll do that in a second. I've also cut some of the rose gold foil, which is the shiny form of that. You could use any of the rose gold. I actually think the rose gold goes really nicely with Calypso Coral and any of the sort of pink pinky red colours. So you see, none of this designer series paper is particularly Christmas, although I suppose a bit of bling is always Christmassy. So I'm just sticking these little pieces. These are straight, and these would be 4 inches by about half a centimetre. Yeah, so 4 inches by a quarter inch, let's say that. And I'm just popping some glue on the back. And again, we're going to trim these once they are on. The only thing you need to make sure of is that right at the very edges, just make sure you take that bottom corner up to the very edge, so you won't have any of the white showing when we go to trim it off later. So you'll see you can actually use scissors to trim it off, because I flip it over and just trim these little bits that I can see on the back, and I use the basic white as my guide. So that's what I do. I'm going to pop that to the side to dry for a little bit, and then I'll bring in another piece. This is a scrap piece of basic white. And I'm going to use a stamp set, it's actually a frame from Heartfelt Hexagons, which will match my my punch that I will use. So this is the Heartfelt Hexagons. It's a more elaborate frame. So I'm just going to stamp it down there, so that'll make it easy for me to use my punch in a second. And I've got a Christmas stamp. Now this one is also from the current catalogue. It's from the annual catalogue, and it's Brightest Glow stamp set. And these greetings actually fit perfectly inside these frames. So there you go. There's my greeting, and I'm going to grab the punch. So this is the hexagon punch that goes with the Heartfelt Hexagons stamp set. And there is my greeting. Perfect. I'm also going to grab another hexagon from the rose gold foil, and you'll find that in the annual catalogue. It's where all of the specialty papers are. So then all I have to do to pop this together is grab some dimensionals, and I'll use the large ones. I've got about 4 dimensionals on the back here, and I'm going to angle these 2 hexagons so that they kind of are not lined up perfectly, because we do want to see the pretty one underneath as well. It's just going to accentuate that greeting even more. So I like to just offset them like that, and then I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue on the back when I'm popping it on my card. I'll wait a second though. What I'm going to do now is just flip it over, and I'll grab my paper snips just to snip along the very edge, and you'll see how easy it is to trim off the excess designer series paper and foil so that it is nice and trim to the edges. That's what we want. And then all we need is a, where's an empty one? Here we go. Let me just grab. We've got a Calypso Coral card base here. And because I cut my basic white small enough, it's going to go perfectly on the front there. So just a little bit more of the glue. This glue seems to be lasting okay. I think we'll make it. I like to always get the last bits out. So I don't know if you turn your glue upside down if you want to use the pointy end. Sometimes I do that, just so all the glue goes to the end that I want it to. You don't need a lot of this glue though, remember. I might pop that, yeah, just right in the middle there. That's what I'll do. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. I like the spots. I just think it's a bit of a non-traditional Christmas design and Christmas colour. So let me just get a little tiny bit of the glue. I think I'm using the wrong one again. Tiny bit of the glue on the back. And then this just gets added down the bottom on the right-hand side of the card. So yeah, I would leave that a couple of minutes just to dry. It's looking good. I think we need a few embellishments though. So one of the embellishments that's currently on the last chance list is the Calypso Coral trim. and you'll find there are a couple of products that have been sold out, but most of them are still available. And the Calypso Coral Braided Linen Trim is $14. So that's retiring. So if you really, really like it and you have lots of Calypso Coral designer series paper and cardstock that go with it, I would recommend grabbing some before it goes. I'm just tying that in a bow, and then I would get a glue dot at the back. Let me just grab that. So just right at the back of the knot, you're going to grab a glue dot and pop that there. Now, if one of the tails is a little bit longer than the other, I just like to trim it a little bit as well. Now, one of the things that's not retiring is our gorgeous embellishments that go with this suite. So this is part of the Modern Garden suite, and they're iridescent pearls, I think they're called. And I've been using them on my Christmas cards. I like the gold ones, actually. I think we might just pick up on the gold. Even though we've used rose gold, I think any gold really suits this card. And I'm just going to put one down there. So there's a little bit of bling. Very non-traditional Christmas card. That is my simple version. Thanks, Katrina. This is my simple version. Would you like to see a slightly stepped up version? Okay, so remember I said don't throw out the scraps. When you have been cutting, you'll end up with the triangle pieces, and you'll also end up with these pieces. This is what I created out of my odd pieces, I suppose. So here is another one. I've just had some odd pieces left over, and I've just created a bit of a pattern behind. And again, I've stamped "'Tis the Season," and I've got a couple of the gems and some of the thread as well. So there's that one. Here's a bit more of an elaborate one. This is using a lot of the smaller triangles. And look, you don't even have to have it straight. I just kind of overlaid them so that the bottom and the top were fairly straight, although I don't think that one's perfect. But the idea is that you're creating a bit of a mosaic in the background, and it does look really cool with some of that designer series paper that's in our online exclusives. That's got a nice sheen to it. That is definitely looking a little bit Christmassy as well. Here is one that I created, same design that I just showed you, but just in, in the, oh goodness, what's it called? Lost Lagoon, there you go. In the Lost Lagoon, and there's some of that gorgeous pretty peacock ribbon that you'll see in the back of our current annual catalogue as well. And of course, you've got pretty peacock in those pearls, which are being carried over. You see, I've used all of those because they're my favourite. But yeah, so that's another colourway. And here's what I did with the longer pieces that you might end up with as you're trimming, as you're cutting your designer series paper. I created this one, which is very simple, with just a couple of strips of the paper, a strip of the rose gold foil, and also in the background there, and another bow and a couple of embellishments as well. So very simple. It didn't take me very long at all to make all of these. I made about 70 of them in the last 48 hours. If you want to make some quick Christmas cards, that's just a little suggestion for you. Keep it fairly simple. Use up your scraps as well. Then it becomes very economical and quite quick and easy to put together. So I've still got some of these to go. I'm going to stamp some more greetings in a second and assemble these ones. That they will also go out with my my catalogues, your catalogues. If you're on my VIP list, you'll be receiving a celebration catalogue and also a brand new mini catalogue. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it's inspired you. It's not too late to make some Christmas cards. And what I would suggest is keep it really simple and, create them in bulk, have a bit of a production line, and also you can get other people to help you if somebody wants to do the stamping or the sticking or running through or punching out, running through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Have a production line going and you'll find that it's so much quicker and easier when you follow those suggestions as well. So have a great week. I know it's the lead up to Christmas. I may get on during Christmas, over the Christmas period, just to share some things with you. But thanks for joining me live today. I will post this also on my page so that if you didn't catch it, you'll be able to a little bit later on when it suits you. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.